So I'm quite a light sleeper, and in my quest for a good night's sleep, I bought a sample pack of foam earplugs for about $2.99, and I'm going to review those earplugs and some others and tell you which ones I think give you the best night's sleep. So the brands I'm going to look at are Bioears, 3M, Moldex and Leight. And I'm going to compare the earplugs based on their comfort, price, how easy they are to get in and out, and how well they work with repeated use. First up, I'm going to look at the Bioears silicone earplugs, and these didn't come in the sample pack. I bought these separately from a local Boots branch, and these are for swimming and noise reduction. You place them on your ear canal and gently push them until they won't go any further. Because the silicone moulds to your ears, they should fit anyone, unlike the foam ones, which aren't quite as adaptive. Now these do work exceptionally well at blocking out sound, but they are the most expensive of all the earplugs I'm going to look at, and they don't last very well with repeated use. After a couple of uses and accidentally dropping them on the floor, they'll get covered in dirt and then they won't stick in your ears anymore. Next up, we're going to look at a range of foam earplugs, and they typically all look a bit like this. I'm quickly going to show you how you should put foam earplugs in. So first of all, they're made of this sort of spongy foam, and what you're supposed to do is roll the end that will go into your ear between your thumb and forefinger. The earplugs squash a little bit like memory foam, and you'll be left with this sort of thin end, which is what you're going to fit into your ear. Now it takes a little bit of practice to make sure you get it firmly in your ear, but I tend to lift up the top of my ear, and I've sort of got a knack of angling the earplug so that it's going to sit nicely. You shouldn't need to apply loads of pressure, and if this is painful, then you're doing something wrong. After you put the earplug in, leave your finger resting on the earplug to stop it from just springing out of your ear. This is to give the earplug time to expand back to its normal shape inside your ear, and this is what will block the sound. When it comes to removing the earplug, you should just be able to grab a bit of it and pull it out of your ear. Now we can already disregard these two pairs of earplugs because they have the lowest sound reduction rating of all the earplugs I have to review. You can see that this pair of earplugs has an SNR of 22 dB, and this just means that on average it reduces noise by about 22 decibels. Now that might not mean much. Basically, the higher the number, the better the sound reduction. Now the Moldex earplugs are pretty good. You can get about 20 pairs for about £2 or £3, which is incredibly cheap. They do a lot of different sizes and slightly different shapes, so really you just need to try them and see which ones fit your ears the best. The noise reduction rating, which in all of these is 35 decibels, is pretty good. My only complaint about these earplugs is that they don't tend to be very wide on the end that sticks out of your ear, and that can be a problem for getting them out of your ear when you've finished using them. These Leight earplugs are pretty good too. They are spongy, they feel really nice, so they're comfortable in the ear. They only lose out for me because they're a slightly odd shape at the wider end, and they don't block out quite as much noise as the winning pair. Now we move on to the 3M range of earplugs. Now, a lot of these I don't get on with that well. They're just not wide enough on the end that sticks out of your ear. Some of them are also not as spongy and comfortable in your ear as the Moldex earplugs. The 3M earplugs tend to be a tiny bit more expensive than some of the other brands, but it's negligible really. The thing you have to remember is that some of these earplugs are for industrial use, so to reduce noise if you were drilling, for example, rather than trying to get to sleep. So while they may not be that comfortable, they're probably really good at staying in your ears and reducing noise. That said, my favourite pair of earplugs, and the earplugs I use every day, are the 3M Earsoft FX earplugs, and this is for a number of reasons. Firstly, the price, 20 pairs for about £4. Secondly, these also have the highest noise reduction rating of all the earplugs that I've reviewed at 39 decibels, so they block out a lot of noise. Thirdly, just the shape of these is perfect because they have the very wide end, the wide end that sticks out of your ears, which makes them very easy to remove, so there's no fear that they're going to get stuck in your ears. One pair usually lasts me about 2 weeks. Eventually they do lose their sponginess and they get a bit dirty. Obviously these might not be the perfect shape for your ears, and so I strongly recommend you get a sample pack and try them for yourselves. I hope this review will help you sleep better, and see you next time for another unboxing and review.